Hello students, welcome back to my channel again. In this video, we will discuss some practical questions on the cost sheet. Before starting with the practical questions, in the last we are done with some theory part of the cost sheet, the format of cost sheet. Okay, this is the format of cost sheet in which the uh, first part the direct material, in that some adjustment we need to do. Opening stock of raw material plus purchase of raw material plus carriage inward minus closing stock of raw materials, which gives the what raw material consumed. Okay, that is the first part, raw material consumed. Second is direct labor and direct wages will give as the prime cost. In prime cost, we will add the factory overheads. Some examples of factory overheads is given: repairs of machinery, and the scrap will be deducted from the factory overheads. The amount which we'll get after adding the factory overheads in prime cost is called as gross work cost. In work cost, we will add the opening stock of WIP. We will deduct the closing stock of WIP. We will get net work cost. In net work cost, we will add office and administration overheads. Some examples of office overheads is given: salary to the staff, that is staff salary. Management expenses will give the cost of production. In that, we will add the opening stock of finished goods and we will deduct the closing stock of finished goods. We will get the cost of production of goods sold. In that, we will add the selling and distribution overheads. Examples of selling and distribution overheads is also given, that is advertising and commission. We will get the cost of sales. In that, we will add the profit part. We will get the sales. Okay. So this is the format of the cost sheet. With this format, we will solve some questions. This is one of the question. A factory produces 1000 units. In a factory, 1000 units are produced. The cost of productions is given. Direct material is 10,000. Direct wages is 5,000. Direct expenses is 1000 is given. Factory overheads is given and administration overheads is given. And the profit part is given. Profit is how much percentage? 25% on sales is to be realized. What would be the selling price of each commodity? Prepare the cost sheet. Okay. So in this case, some expenditures are given. If we go through the format, first three expenditures: direct material, direct wages, and direct expenses. This adding these three, we will get the prime cost. In that prime cost, we will add the what factory overheads. We will get the work cost. From that, we will add the administration overheads. We will get the cost of production. In this question, selling expenditure is not given. In the absence of information, the cost of production will be the total cost. In that, the profit element will be added. We will get the sales. Okay. So the solution will be particulars and total cost and cost per unit columns given. The first one, direct material 10,000, right? This has been given here, 10,000 rupees. The cost per unit will be divided by 10,000 divided by 100 units. It will be 100 cost per unit, 100 rupees per unit. Next is direct wages. The amount of direct wages is 5,000, which is written here, 5,000. And by dividing the by 100 units, we will get the cost per unit 50. Next information is what direct expenses, that is 1000 is given. 1000, that is what direct expenses. The cost per unit will be what 10. Adding these three figures, we will get the prime cost, that is 16,000. Okay, by adding 10,000 plus 5,000 plus 1,000, that is 16,000. Divided by the number of units, we will get the what cost per unit, that is 160 per unit. Okay. In prime cost, we will add the factory overheads. Factory overheads is how much? 6,500. So 6,500 is added here. We will get the 22,500. That will be called as what? Work cost. Work cost. Okay. How much is work cost? By adding the factory overheads, 22,500. We can find the cost per unit also. The cost per unit for the factory overheads is 6,500 divided by 100 units. That is how much? 65, right? And the total is work cost is 22,500. Therefore, 22,500 divided by 100 units will be the cost per unit of work cost will be 225. In work cost, the next information which we add is administration overheads, that is 3,480. Okay, so 3,480 will be added. We'll get the cost of production, which is called as total cost. In this sum, there is selling and distribution cost is not given. Therefore, the total cost is will be cost of production will be taken as what? Total cost, which is 25,980. Okay, and the cost per unit we can find out by dividing the number of units, that is 100 units. The cost per unit of the total cost is 259.80. Okay, in total cost we will add the profit element. Profit is 25% on sales, 25% on sales. We know the cost information, right? But the information is profit is given in terms of what? 24% on sales is given. Now we have to convert this 24% profit on 20% on sales into what? 20 profit on cost. Okay, 25% on sales, 25% on sales is given, right? But we know the information of cost. We know the cost information. Cost is how much? 25,980. We cannot apply this percentage directly on the cost because the percentage of profit is given on sales. We have to convert this percentage on sales. We can say 25 is nothing but what? It is 1 by 4 of sales, right? We need to convert this in cost. See, the percentage given is what? Profit on sales. This is profit on sales. We need to convert profit on cost. Profit on cost. The formula we know is what? Cost, sales equal to cost plus profit, right? I'm writing in short form. S stands for selling price, C stands for cost price, and P stands for profit. We need the cost on cost. In denominator we need cost. So cost is how much? We can take the P this side. So sales minus profit will be called as what? Cost. So what is sales here? 4. Sales is what? 4. What is profit here? 1. Right? Profit is 1. Sales is what? 4. So we have to find the cost, profit on cost. The profit will be 1, right? And on if we want the cost, we have to take what? Sales minus what? Profit. We will get 1 by 3. 1 by 3 on cost. Thus we have converted the 25% on sales, which is nothing but 1/4 of sales, into what? Cost. That is 1/3 of cost. Now we can apply this 1/3 on the cost. 1/3 on cost. How this came? 1/3 on cost. It is I have shown that. Profit 1/3 on cost, that is 8,660. Apply this 1/3 on here. 25,980 into 1 by 3. What will get? 8,660 will be your profit. But add the profit in the cost, we'll get what? 34,640 as the sales. Now divide the sales by the number of units. We will get what? The selling price per unit. What is selling price per unit? 346.40 rupees. Okay, so this was the one small questions on the what? The cost sheet. How to prepare the cost sheet with information given in the question. Okay.